Hi there, Dee here from D is for Digital. Hope you're having a wonderful day and welcome to today's masterclass, which is on a topic that is close to my heart. And it's about whether you are selling rather than helping and how by being customer centric, you can boost your revenue and earnings. Now, certainly in my groups when I'm coaching, one of the topics that comes up a lot is how do I pitch myself online without being salesy? And funnily enough, there's some people who don't have a problem with this because I follow many of my peers and people who are in sort of the same area as me in terms of business online. And many of them have no problem being salesy. And often I think it doesn't resonate. I've talked a lot about selling online and how people don't like being pitched to. We don't like being pitched to. Like, we want to feel we have a relationship with someone before a product is slammed down our throat, or you get an invite to like someone's page or come to their group and you've never even exchanged a hello. And so being salesy is actually generally not really good for your business at all. So you don't have to be salesy. We don't want you to be salesy on your social media. In fact, we want you to be, rather than selling, I always say, don't sell, serve. Serve your potential customers. Go out there and add value rather than pitching your product day after day after day, because that's not building a relationship. And I, no matter how far advanced we are with technology and social media and all the digital world, I actually think in many ways we're still very old-fashioned in how we like to buy from others. In the old days, before digital, you probably go to the same store in your town for your shopping or for your groceries or the sort of clothes shops. And often you would know the people in your stores and you would prefer one store over another, maybe because of the customer service or a different sort of unique selling point. And really, we're not that different online, even though being online is fabulous. You can get to an international audience like in the click of you can get to an international audience like as quick as you can take a breath. But still, we're old-fashioned in how we buy. Like, I want to have a relationship with someone or something or feel not just like a number when I'm purchasing. So certainly if someone is trying to approach me to sell to me, a hardcore sales pitch is never going to work. Just not going to cut it. Even if I'm interested in the product you have to sell, I expect there to be a little bit of two-way getting to know, because we're all suspicious also about being online. A lot of people have been conned about being online. We didn't have to worry about that in the good old days, and now we do. So you need to build trust with your potential audience, and you don't build trust by selling at them. You build trust by serving your customers. So being customer centric, as fancy as the terminology is, it's putting your customer first, putting your potential customer first, and rather than selling at them, serving them. So how do you serve them in a way that you're not giving away your stuff for free? It's about adding value. It's about understanding what your customers are interested in, what do they like, what problems do they have, and talking about that on your social media, giving solutions maybe to problems that help build the customers' know, like, and trust of you. And these are three very important words: know, like, trust. When you're building your business online, when you're selling whatever product or service that you have online, your customer needs to know about you in order to buy from you. They need to like you in order to buy from you, and they need to trust you in order to buy from you. Know, like, trust. If you don't have those, because I might know you, but if I don't like you, I'm not going to buy. And if I don't trust you, I'm definitely not going to buy. And that's true whether you're a solo entrepreneur or a big business. Your customers or potential customers need to know about you. They can't buy from you if they don't know about you. They need to know about you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. So using your social media, for me, the strategy of using social media is to build know, build like, and build trust. And you do that by not selling stuff. It's by giving value, it's by being entertaining, it's by being engaging, it's by talking about concepts or issues that are of interest to your specific audience. It's giving them things that they will value so that they pay more attention to you, know you, like you, trust you more, and then you are ready to approach with the pitch. Because it's not that selling is bad. If you have a business, you need to sell. And a lot of us need to get over ourselves that selling is a horrible, icky thing. It's not. We've been selling for generations. It's important. People need to buy stuff. So it's not that selling is bad, but it has its place, right? You don't want to be selling too early because your customer will sort of just abandon you and probably not want to come back because it leads me to dislike you or not trust your intentions. But if you have used your social media to serve your potential customer, to serve your audience, to add value to them, and it doesn't have to take very long. Now, this is not something that has to take weeks or months. It can be days, because certainly if I see something in social media and I go and look at someone's feed, I can decide whether I know you in seconds, and whether I like you in seconds, whether I trust you. It might take a little bit more, but everybody's different in how they give trust. So it doesn't have to take very long, but I want to make sure that when someone comes to my social media profile, that the kind of content I've been putting out there is not just one product sales pitch after another, because that's just not going to resonate with someone who doesn't know me yet. That there's content there that allows a potential customer to know who I am, what I stand for, what the business is about. There is, I suppose, a way to get to know me, to decide whether they like me or not. And a lot of that I do through my video content, but it can be any format of content. And trust, there's not a whole lot I can do you can't force a customer to trust you. If only it was that easy. But you can, so certain things like being published, I use in order to build trust and credibility. If you've won any awards, any customer testimonials you have, they're big in being able to sort of tick that trust box. But that's what you want to have on your social media feed, and that boosts your sales pipeline and boosts your revenue, right? It's really that simple. So it's about, is there stuff on your social media that can help a customer know what you do, what you stand for, what you offer, like you, and trust you? And that's about adding value. Now, there can be, when you're starting out, there can be a little to and fro of this. How do I get someone to like me and trust me? And you'll see lots of people offer free challenges, little freebies, like we call lead magnets. Maybe you can download a document here, and that helps build a know, like, trust. I love the whole challenge thing, maybe doing a 5-day challenge or a competition or a quiz. They're great ways of engaging with your audience so that you can build that relationship. And often people ask me, how do I know when someone's ready to be approached for a sale? And I think there's very subtle ways that you can do this. Now, often you won't know until you pitch to someone. But I think as long as you're not pitching immediately, if there's been some engagement and someone is actually commenting or liking or sharing your posts, that for me is already a trigger or a flag to go, this person is interested in what I'm doing. Maybe I can take it to the next level and maybe do a direct message to that person going, thanks a million for your engagement on my page. Can I ask, is there anything I can help you with? Or tell me a little bit more about yourself and what you're doing in relation to X. And that just brings it sort of to a next level of communication, which is a little bit more one-on-one, a little bit more personal. And from the person's answers, you'll be able to gauge whether they're ready or not. Now, I like to use different kinds of posts, and you'll see this done a lot on social media where people ask a question in the post. And if you answer the question, generally it's a sign that someone is interested in a product. So for example, if I was launching a new course, I'll give you an example. I'm designing a course on imposter syndrome at the moment, and it's going to be ready at the weekend. So if I was out on my social media, so I'm already doing the know, like, trust stuff anyway, that's happening all the time. I would do a social media post like, I'm just about to launch my imposter syndrome course, and I've designed that because a lot of people that I work with psych themselves out from getting online because they tell themselves they're not good enough and why not, they shouldn't be doing it and everybody else is better than me and all of those things. And this course is going to help you do XXX. If you'd like to find out more or jump in to grab my early bird discount, just give me a like or a smiley face below. And if you get a like or a smiley face or whatever you ask for, a thumbs up or a yes, please, those are all people going, I'm interested. I'm interested. And it's a beautiful way of identifying who's ready to buy from you because you're politely asking a question. Again, it's not a hard sell. You're telling people so they know about what's on offer. You can give them a little bit of information so that they can sort of see whether they like that or not. Hopefully they already trust you and you're sort of going, just raise your hand if you're interested and I'll be in contact with you, or I'll send you a message right after this. And you get all the likes. Yeah? And that's someone's permission to say, yes, please contact me. I want to know more about this. And it's as simple as just asking a basic question. And you'll see, if you're I see it a lot, people going, if you want to know how to make six figures in 2 months, and I have a secret checklist on how to do that. If this is of interest to you, shout, yes, give me the checklist right here. You see it in multiple formats. If you're on social media, you've seen this kind of thing before. Now, some of it could be a bit tacky and a bit salesy, but I think it really depends on how you want your brand to be, what you want your brand to stand for, what feels comfortable for you. I'm certainly happy to talk about a new course, because if I don't talk about it, no one can buy it, right? Like, they need to know it. I need to be able to share something about it so they can decide whether they like it or not. I need to be always building trust through my social media, so that when I do a post and say, the course is launching, I have an early bird offer, massive discount, one time only. If you're interested in finding out more, just give me a thumbs up below and I'll be in contact. And then it's up to your customers to decide, and then for you to follow up. And when someone gives you the thumbs up and you drop them a little message, you go, thanks a million for the thumbs up. I'm delighted that you're interested in the program. Are you free to jump on a call so we can talk about it? It's as simple as that. So selling doesn't have to be this real horrible, burdensome, difficult, cold calling kind of thing to do. Quite the opposite. If you focus on putting out content that serves your audience, and then when you've done that for a little bit and you feel like you're getting engagement, then putting out, now not every day, you don't want to be pitching to people every day because that gets tiresome. But when you do put out that sort of question pitch going, this is what I have on offer. If you're interested, give me a like, give me a yes, give me a thumbs up, whatever. That's your easy way of people opening the doors and showing themselves and going, yeah, that's me. I'm interested in that. Please call me. And it's as simple as that. It's really simple. Now, if no one is giving you the call me and you're getting crickets, well, then you can change tack a little bit. And this is where you go out to your audience and you ask, what could I do to help you? If I was to create a program, a product or service that would fix the biggest issue you have right now, what would that look like? Now, all of a sudden, you have your customers or potential customers telling you what they want, because sometimes you can't be mind reader for your customers, and problems, particularly in this day and age, and your customers have so much going on, and what you think might be their biggest issue may have changed. So if you're not getting good response to your social media posts, if you're not getting good response to your engagement, then reach out to people. Let them, and I think it's a beautiful thing to do, to show people that you're interested enough, that you care enough to want to know what's going on with them so that you can do something about that. I think that's great manners. It's a great way of building a relationship, to be curious about what your potential customers need. So if you're hearing crickets, if you're social media, if you're sort of going, I'm doing all of that, Dee, and no one's responding to me and I'm getting 0 likes, well, that just means the content that you're putting out isn't resonating. Doesn't make the content bad, not at all. I've seen people with amazing social media content get no likes, no shares, none of the things. But it's only because who they are pitching that to, it isn't resonating with them, it isn't connecting with them. And you want to make sure that your content connects with your customer. And if you don't know what that connection is, ask them. It's not rocket science. You don't have to go and do expensive market research. Just ask them a nice question. If I could design something for you right now, whatever niche you're in, that would solve the biggest problem you have, what would that look like? Or what would that sound like? Or what would that be like? And let your customers tell you. Often they'll engage when you ask them a really open question, so that let them answer. Let them help you come up with what's going to help you make more sales and boost your revenues. Because then you can start to design content that talks to that problem that they have. And then you will see your engagement go up, and that's when your sales go up. And this is why I record this masterclass. It's not about selling. It's about serving and helping, being there to produce content that's really useful for your customer, that connects with them, so that they can know, like, and trust you, and then happily buy from you when you put out your pitch and go, raise your hand if you're ready to buy this fabulous product. It's that simple. And I love it because it feels good. I have hang-ups about selling as well. I don't know where we get this sort of limiting beliefs that selling is sort of a horrible thing, because I know some amazing, lovely salespeople. So it's not that, but I think it's a common held belief that we just really don't want to push ourselves out there. We don't want to be seen as asking for money or, flogging goods. I don't know why, but it's there. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can sell and serve in a way that feels really authentic, very true to who you are, and help you have a really successful business, which you deserve. So focus on putting content out there that helps people know you, like you, and trust you. Do that consistently. If you're not getting engagement, ask people for what they want. How can you serve them better? How can you help them? What is their biggest issue? What would an ideal product from you look like? And then use that input to create and craft content that helps know, like, trust. And then ask for the sale. Ask for the sale, because if you're not making money, then your business is not a business. It's a hobby. You're doing it for free. Unless you're a charity, of course, and that's okay too. But I hope that helps. Get out there, create content that connects, talk to your customers, build relationships with them. They're dying to know you. Don't hide behind your laptop, because that certainly isn't going to boost your revenue. This is much easier than often we overcomplicate this stuff, and it's so not necessary, and it can actually be really enjoyable and satisfying. So give it a go. I hope you found this really useful, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next masterclass.